what your favorite Call of Duty says about you. Call of Duty 1 through 3. Honestly, you're just old and you might have actually fought in the wars that these games were covering. COD 4. You're just a simple person. When you look back on COD 4, everything was simple, and you love that. The 357 kill streaks, the headshots for camos, having 10 prestiges, great 3-lane map designs. Everything about multiplayer was amazing, yet so simple. On top of this, the campaign was amazing as well, and the missions really weren't that complex, but they were super meaningful. World at War. You're a history lover. You love the World War II time period. Everything about this game felt gritty. The campaign, the multiplayer, the zombies, the main menu theme. It sent shivers down your spine in a good way and gave you that sense that you were actually fighting in a meaningful war. Modern Warfare 2. You love to get wild. Everything about this game was just that. The campaign was like a Michael Bay movie. The multiplayer had so many broken things in it, yet you think it was perfect. Also, you loved camping for nukes. Overall, you just loved chaos and you thrived in it. Black Ops 1. Although the connection wasn't the best and the game felt very different than MW2, the moment you found out Reznov wasn't real, you became a Black Ops fanboy. The campaign, just flat out amazing. Multiplayer, one of the best in the series. And also, zombies, circling those zombies around the stage. It just was a special time. Modern Warfare 3, well, you might be a hypocrite. At the time, this game was also being called a DLC because it was very similar to MW2, yet this is your favorite COD. But when MW3 came out this year, you didn't buy it and hated on it because it was a DLC. Huh. The irony. Black Ops 2. You will argue all night and day about how this game is the best Call of Duty of all time. The multiple storylines and campaign, the amazing multiplayer, the introduction of league play, and just learning about pros and ranked and all that good stuff. The amazing DLC, and some of the best zombies we've ever gotten. You tell people MW2 doesn't even come close. COD Ghosts. If COD Ghosts is your favorite COD, well, you love to camp. We all know this game was not looked at very fondly when it was released, and a big reason why was the multiplayer. The TTK was super fast, and the maps were some of the biggest in franchise history. So what did people do to get their streaks? Well, they camped with an IED next to them. And if you were one of these people, you should be ashamed of yourself. If Advanced Warfare is your favorite COD, well, you must love energy drinks, because the only way you could play this game for more than an hour or two is if you were drinking some sort of Red Bull. I do actually respect the effort Sledgehammer put in to make something different. It may have just been a little bit too drastic after Ghosts. Black Ops 3, you have class. Now listen, AW jetpacks were a little crazy, so Treyarch toned them down a little bit, added some wall running, and they absolutely cooked. Not only did they cook with the movement, they cooked with multiplayer and zombies. Both are some of the best we've ever gotten. Now, you stay quiet about the campaign because we don't really need to talk about that. Infinite Warfare, you must have just honestly forgot to buy Black Ops 3. The game itself is actually pretty solid. The campaign was good, the multiplayer is good, minus a few maps and some design decisions, aka the variant guns that only were the way you could drop a nuke back in the day. And Zombies in Spaceland was super underrated. But here's the problem. They really didn't do anything better than Ops 3. Sorry, not sorry. COD World War II, you're just a passionate gamer. No matter what people say about this game, you defend it. The buggy launch, the broken servers, the realistic vibe that they were going for in multiplayer, you ignore all of that because 6 months into the game's life cycle, they completely revamped it and made it into a solid game. So your last memories with it were very positive. Also, you must have never played Fortnite because it was released the same year and the entire world was playing. Black Ops 4, you're a Treyarch fanboy. This is the studio dev that made all the Black Ops games. Let's be honest, this was the worst one. Zero campaign, a multiplayer that had auto healing and was supposed to be jetpacks but then wasn't, so it's all over the place. The zombies was forgettable by most, and unfortunately the Battle Royale Blackout, although solid, never got legs because of the little updates and not being free to play. Also, Fortnite was still dominating. Modern Warfare 19, you're either a sweat or you love to camp. There's really no in between. If you're a sweat, you discovered the game-breaking feature of slide canceling in early 2020 and love to YY everywhere around the map for no apparent reason. Also, you probably had an unlock tool. If you love to camp, you had an R9 shotgun, claymores, and hid behind doors to get your UAVs. You also probably loved the map Piccadilly. Black Ops Cold War, you just love classic COD. After MW19, you missed the arcade, semi-unrealistic vibe of Call of Duty, and Cold War provided you with that. The campaign was very similar to Ops 2 with multiple choices. The multiplayer brought you back to Ops 2 as well, with some remakes and fun cosmetics. And lastly, the zombies was simple again, like it was in World at War, making it a pretty well-rounded COD. Now, Call of Duty Vanguard, you're a little insane, but you're cool with it. Let's be real. The Vanguard campaign, the Vanguard zombies, they're pretty terrible. The only thing that you really liked about the game was multiplayer and ranked play. So maybe you're actually just a competitive player rocking that MP40 or automaton. Warzone. Honestly, you don't really like Call of Duty. You like Battle Royale. You most likely joined in 2020 when Warzone 1 was released, and you were stuck inside for an entire year. Truly, you probably hadn't even played COD since Modern Warfare 2. And speaking of Modern Warfare 2, if this is your favorite COD, I truly have no words for you. The game was pretty much anti-COD. Warzone 2.0 stunk. Campaign was not nearly as good as the first one. There was barely any content given to us, unless you count store bundles. And to top it all off, the devs never listened to any feedback they got. On top of it all, they used the Modern Warfare 2 name to sell a bunch of copies. It was a very, very, very sad year. Modern Warfare 3, you aren't a negative Nancy. Coming into the release of MW3, there was a lot of negative press. The rumors that the game was a DLC didn't really bother you because you just kind of enjoy Call of Duty. You got the game and realized the multiplayer was actually fun and the zombies was pretty solid. Now, we won't talk about the campaign, but you understood that the devs were rushed and that's what the result was. You ended up enjoying this title because the content you got throughout the year was triple the amount we got in MW2. And lastly, if Black Ops 6 is your favorite COD, you're the leader of the hype train. You've seen the previews and the gameplay trailers, and you already think it's gonna be better than Black Ops 2. You've got the game pre-ordered, and you're ready for the beta. Now, my final question to you is, what is your favorite Call of Duty? Type it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Also, follow me on social media. T-Dog Smitty on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Do it all if you got them. All right, we'll see you in the next video.